Yay. Okay, great. So Adrianna, thank you so much. Can we start with having you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about, what you do?
Sure. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today, Kathy. My name is Adrianna Santos, and I'm an assistant professor of English at a small HSI in San Antonio on the south side, which is a historically underserved area of town. The population of students is like 80% first gen Latino, Latinx. So I really get to work with the population that I love. I specialize in women of color and Latinx, Chicanx literature. And so I love the classes that I teach. I research specifically like literary trauma studies and how that intersects with Chicana feminist writing specifically. I'm currently working on a book monograph, and I just sent my proposal in to my editor with like 3 sample chapters plus an introduction. And that's in large part due to Amplify. It was one of the goals that I set at the beginning of the program. So I'm really grateful to you for everything that got me to that place.
Yay. I'm so proud of you. That's a huge achievement like that. And with all those sample chapters, good job.
Yeah, it feels really good. And honestly, I took the summer off. I don't know if you remember this, but I didn't write at all during the summer. I just did Amplify.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So you've partially kind of answered the question, but like, what did you want to achieve when you decided to enroll in Amplify?
I was pretty worried about going up for tenure with confidence. I was about to do my mid-tenure review, which we actually do in the fall semester of our 4th year. And I was just feeling unsteady and nervous, but particularly because we're what you would call, I guess, an aspirational university. We were founded on this mission of serving the South Side and really focusing on teaching and student-centered learning. And then we got a new provost in who's very single-minded about raising the research expectations. And so everyone is kind of operating in this like fear-based space right now. And so I was pretty worried about that and feeling just in general like the imposter syndrome that creeps up. But I had gotten so much out of I guess it was the roadmap. And then also I had been in several other like smaller workshops with you, and I just felt like I had really connected with the material. I was obsessed with Trello. And I thought, this woman knows what she's talking about. And I was kind of afraid in a lot of ways to be seen and heard related to my research. And so it was really a good like foundation and confidence boost and a feeling of community that I got out of it that was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So what would it mean, or what has it meant to you? Because now you're kind of towards the end of the program, like to be able to achieve something like turn in that book proposal without having had slaved away on it all summer. Like, what does that mean for you and kind of your career?
It's actually wonderful because you and I recently had a one-on-one kind of coaching call that I was lucky enough to have like office hours with you one day where we talked about kind of what would your plan be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this program also has really done for me too, is to take me out of other people's expectations or external validation and to really open up space of what do I want with my life and what do I want to do. And so I have several other projects that are important to me that kind of make me the human that I am.
Right.
And so turning in this book proposal has been awesome, but it also has been done at the same time as I'm growing this other project that I want to do that has it could have something to do with academia. I'll probably end up making it have something to do with academia if I stay, but it doesn't have to. And so that's really nice as well, just kind of delineating the boundaries and giving myself the space to not be dictated entirely by academia's timeline.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, I mean, we really try to like teach people or encourage people to acknowledge their whole person. Like, you're a whole person. You are not, you know, beholden to these agendas and timelines of institutions, right? Like, you can be your own person inside of whatever job, you know, like you decide to have. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, the
Okay.
personal fulfillment side has really
Yeah.
blossomed, I think, or at least I've understood better, like that academia is not going. One of my colleagues, friends, and at my institution said, like, the academy is not going to love you back,
Right.
and that kind of sums it all up, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like this, we personify academia like as if it is a person. It's not a person. It's made up of people, but it's not a person. So yes, it will not love you back. Absolutely.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Right, exactly. So lovely. Okay. So we, in Amplify, we use a 9-spoke framework that has like 3 major parts in it. One is clarify, which is really about like getting clear on your mission and your goals. The second one is demystify, which is like all the systems and processes and stuff. And then multiply, which is like, okay, how do we kind of extend out now what we've learned? So which one of those 3 areas do you think has made the biggest impact on your career?
I would say that the demystify part of the book was where I did the most intense work, and made the biggest impact overall. However, just to move directly into question number 5, which is, you know, the 3 parts of the system, like what are you using? And really I'm using all of it, but I think I started Amplify, I'm not going to say at an intermediate level, but I think like I was a little level up because I had done your other programs. And so I was able to like clarify before I came in. And so the clarification I did at the beginning of Amplify was digging deeper.
Yeah.
And then once I got to the demystify part, then it was like, whoa, explosion, you know, all these new systems that I could put into place, which was really amazing. Again, the Trello was fantastic for me. I still like, I show it to people and they're like amazed because I have like 100 boards and I do so much with it. I use it for everything, like my meal planning. I mean, just, I use it for everything. My consistency in my writing has been amazing. I write every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like without fail. And even if it's not writing, I'm still devoting the time to like my projects every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So amazing. That's pretty awesome. I'm not overworking. I don't work on the weekends. And I'm totally guilt-free about saying no to people now. I've quit. Remember that committee I said I was going to quit? Oh yeah. I quit it. And I'm encouraging other people to quit. At the end of our department meeting, like it's become my new song. I just said, like, our department chair ended the meeting and I just turned around and said, quit a committee, y'all. Because I'm just trying to get other people on this train, you know, that we need to back off of our service. And so, yeah, I've been using all 3 parts of it. And I think pulling back a little bit on some things too, like giving so much of my time to my students in terms of the mentoring. It's not that I don't give them my time, I do. But I just am more cautious about how and when I do that. Right. So yeah, all 3 parts of the system have been key for me.
That's fantastic. So the next question is about results. And one of the results is that you turned in this book proposal. So that's fantastic. Do you have any other results, kind of either personally or professionally, that you want to share that you would say are results of the program?
The number 1 result of the program, I think, has been the centering of my well-being. Yeah, just my mindset shift. That's the number 1 result. Absolutely. The productivity of turning in the book proposal is huge. So that's fantastic too. And then I've enrolled in several postpartum doula programs. I've taken the courage to do something else because I want to, you know, start my own business and do this doula thing. So having just the courage to try something new is a really big deal. And that's come out of this, I would say, as well too, because I wouldn't have done that a year ago because everything was about academia. No, I'll have to do this first. I have to get tenure and then do this. yeah. And then feeling guilt-free about dropping the service and saying no to people is a really big deal, because guilt, I have Catholic guilt, I have like mom guilt, I have all the guilt. So that feels really good too.
That's amazing. Yeah. And I would just say, like, first of all, like, congratulations, because it's like, I can say all kinds of things about mindset shifts, but then to actually do the work to make the mindset shift is huge. Like that. So congratulations on having done that. But also, like, I just want people watching this video to hear that, like, you could take the summer off, dig into a really kind of soul nurturing other thing that has nothing to do with academia, right? The doula learning, right? And at the same time, have like a successful professional career. Mm-hmm. And I think so many times people are like, there's no way that I have time to, and usually time is the reason that is, cited, right? Like, I don't have time to do a hobby. Who could do a hobby? And that, like, or whatever it is. And you are showing us, right, that you actually, meet my writing goals. I write 3 times a week. I'm moving all these things forward. And at the same time, I don't have guilt about when I'm not working. I'm not working on the weekends and all that. So that is huge. People just have to, the first step is believing it. And so if seeing is believing is your thing, then if you're watching this video, you can believe it because it's happening. So that's fantastic.
And I still have the chaos in my life too. I have 4 kids and a husband and a mortgage and crayon on the walls behind me, and forgetting to turn in permission slips at school, things like that. So there's definitely things that fall through the cracks, but I think in general, like finding time to go to the gym and meditating, like actually caring about my health, all these kinds of things are really, I think, crucial to getting me to this place.
Yeah. Just to note, like, it's Valentine's Day when we're recording, and I'm like, what mom will I be this Valentine's Day? Well, here's the mom I was or am. I sent them all with Valentines that we bought from Walmart or whatever, from the store, and they did not have the children's names on them. It just said, from name of my kid. And I'm like, give these to all your friends. And then if they wanted to write the names, they did. My 4-year-old has, like, there's 20 people in the class. She remembered 5 of them. Those 5 kids got their names on. Maybe they were spelled right. That's the mom I was this Valentine's Day. And it's fine. Like, the kids are happy. That's the only thing. Okay.
Mom went to the grocery store last night at 10 o'clock because we needed Valentines for and then we were filling them out at the breakfast table this morning. So.
Well, it happens. That's okay. Okay. So if you're thinking, like, if you're talking to somebody or thinking about where you were before you signed up for the program, could you tell us, like, finish this sentence? I almost didn't join because, like, what were your objections to joining?
Ooh, the money, number one, because it is really hard to squeeze money out of my department. It's not that it's not a good investment. It's that, how can I get my department to invest in me?
Right.
But I just turned into the squeaky wheel and asked over and over and over again, which is, again, like something I wasn't at first comfortable with doing, but because I had the confidence from your other programs and the template and all the encouragement and the reminders that they have money, like they have money. And that's been another one of my songs this semester, is every time they say there's no money for something, I'm like, there's money. Like, we can find money. So I just got my department chair to fund like a bunch of registrations for the Associated Writers Program Conference that's coming here for students. Even though all semester long it's been, we have no money. Well, yes, we do.
Yes.
So
it's there.
Yeah. So they eventually funded the program, and it was a huge headache. Having to work with procurement and all of that stuff, but it happened because I was persistent about it, and I didn't take no for an answer. So I learned to say no, but I also learned to not, like, listen to the institutional no. So I hadn't I haven't quite put that together yet, but that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. We could go on about that. But what I want to highlight is like, it's like now in the future, when you want to do stuff that requires funding, like you said, like get these students funded or whatever, now, like it gives you so much more confidence, right? To be able to say like, oh, if they made this happen for me, they can find $500 or $1,000 to help these students do this thing, or for me to do whatever the next thing is. So that's huge.
And I think it's also part of like showing up for yourself too.
Yeah.
Advocating for yourself, and advocating for the students obviously too. Yeah, but just like, I'm worth it. Give me money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. You're bringing so much value to your institution and the students who you teach and all of that. When you publish this book, it's going to enhance your department, and it enhances your institution. And so we can't be expected to like continually produce all this valuable stuff in the world and continue to have them say like, no, we can't squeeze a couple $1,000s out for you, So yeah.
True.
Yes. Okay. So tell us your favorite part about this program. What was your favorite part about Amplify?
Oh, I wrote so many things. I have notes.
Yay.
Okay, I have notes. So many things. I've said a lot of them already, but the support, the community, I don't think I've talked about that at all. So maybe I'll really dig into that. But just the commiseration, the laughter, the tears, the stories that we shared, the advice that we gave. I mean, just having a group of women that really understand what you're going through is amazing. I have my colleagues, but it's different. You can't talk to your colleagues quite in the same way as you can talk to a group of women who are coming together from different institutions, because they're not mired in the departmental politics. And I mean, so many concrete solutions that come from the masterminds, and so much opportunity for outside connection. One of my cohort is moving to a city just an hour away from me, and I'm so excited that we're going to be able to like have coffee together and go to the museum together and like hang out. So I just really feel like the community it created was essential, and I just love it so much. I'm so grateful for it.
Yay, that's wonderful. Yeah, we've had people from your cohort, like they meet up and we're like, oh, look, they took a selfie and sent it in the group because they got together. It's like just so wonderful because they're connections you wouldn't like necessarily have ever made, right?
We're from all different disciplines all over the country, and we don't have anyone international, do we? No. But so we never would have met if it had not been for this group, and I just feel very lucky to have been able to just get their wisdom. It's like we have so much to share with one another. And I was listening to Tara Moore this morning because I finally got the Playing Big audiobook. And she, when she just talks about how we could literally like change the world if we put our ideas out there. And that's how I feel about these women. I mean, they're so amazing, and I loved learning from them. You especially, but everyone,
me too. I was like, it was so much fun for me to like just get on those mastermind calls and just hear everything that happened, and like just I was like, I knew this was gonna be good, but this is like really amazing because you were all of the first cohort. So like I didn't know what to expect exactly. So it was really wonderful in that way. All right.
I so back and I rewatched the recordings that week because I was like, oh, what did they say? And so it was just really nice.
Yeah. Wonderful. So to kind of wrap up, who would you recommend this program to and why?
I would absolutely recommend Amplify to my female colleagues, my women identified colleagues. In fact, I definitely have. I'm gotten to the point now where I'm starting with the podcast because the podcast is so accessible. And so I already have two of my colleagues at school listening to the podcast. So I absolutely recommend it to all my women colleagues because I think it is useful in so many ways. And a lot of us are pre-tenure. And then now that you have the Elevate program, I think, I don't know as much about that one, but I definitely can encourage even post-tenure faculty to engage with your programs because I know that they're effective.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.
Kathy, and good luck with your next venture of
Thanks.
Elevate. I can't wait to hear how it goes.
I'm super excited. We've had one workshop and then, but we haven't had like our group call yet. So I'm super excited about it. But yes, stay tuned. There'll be more about Elevate.
In a couple of years, I'll be there, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You too.